Have a drink. Yeah, you can drink that on the. Let's have a drink. Cheers. To our. I don't have a drink because I don't drink coffee.
He doesn't drink coffee, right?
I've never had a cup of coffee in my entire life.
His whole life. I'm not even sure he's a real human at this point.
I don't. Never had a cigarette either. It's kind of weird, right?
Never?
Never had a cigarette.
Never.
One touched my lips once when I was like a teenager, I think. I was like, I don't think I really inhaled either.
I mean, you're not missing anything, but still.
Yeah. There's certain things I chose. But anyway, that kind of segues us into...
There you go.
5 brands.
Count them. 5.
We don't have casino guitars, but...
We wish we did.
And this could be for various reasons.
It is solid.
But that's the fun. We were sort of brainstorming this morning, like, man, that'd be awesome if we had that. You know, we really like that. But let's dig right into it, Johnny. You want to hit number 1, the big boy?
Number 1, car amplifiers. God, we want them.
That's a big one.
Let us have them.
That's one of Baxter's personal favorite amps, and they're built an hour away from
down
us,
the road in our backyard,
really
essentially.
And I've talked to Steve Carr multiple times, but I understand why I can't. His output is so limited. He's been dealing with one shop in North Carolina for a long time. I respect that. I'm not trying to jump on anything. We're just talking like wish list, and some of the stuff we could get, we don't have it for other reasons. But that's one that I think Steve Carr makes some of the greatest sort of boutique amps at a really reasonable price.
They're really, I mean, and we love amps, so.
I'm a 2-Rock player. I wouldn't call that a reasonably priced amplifier.
What do you mean?
I mean, the least expensive 2-Rock is kind of like where cars live.
Yes.
Like kind of like sort of in that range. But I'm a 2-Rock obsessee. I love them.
Your 2-Rocks make me feel better about my Magnetone.
Like, oh, they're not that expensive, Kristen.
They're like $3K.
But if you haven't played a car amp, they all started with like the Glorious Rambler, but he has all these different iterations that have come out, and they all do like different things. They all have attenuators built into them. Yep. Not all, but a lot, and they look cool. The style's great. I do.
They're really cool, like that sort of retro kind of.
And they're small combos, and they sound phenomenal.
Every time one comes through, I forget. Wow, these sound really good. Yeah,
and they sound different. They don't. They're based off of like like sort of Fender type of circuits and Vox circuits and some of the British circuits, but they don't sound like them.
No,
they do their own thing.
Do a thing.
And they're all hand built, and they're built in the great state of North Carolina, perhaps the greatest state in the entire union.
I mean, that's true.
Besides maybe Alaska. That's pretty tight.
I'm going to Alaska in August.
What?
I forgot to tell you.
What for?
Just going to play some shows.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Are you going with that one guy? Or
For Robbie Cummings.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Go check him out. If you're in Alaska, Jonathan's coming there. Seriously, that's amazing. I didn't know that. That's exciting. Is this summer?
Yeah, it's in the works.
It's really cool.
Could be August, so I could be in Alaska for a week in August.
If you haven't played a Steve Carr amp, play a Carr amp. And the cabinets are wonderful too. Like I know they're finger joined pine and stuff. It's just they're gorgeous. Let's go to number 2, that small guitar company.
Oh, good old Gibson.
Gibson.
We love them, we hate them.
It is. It's kind of. It is. It's like that.
But we want them.
It's like that dirty white blonde. That's a finish for Fender Custom Shop. So I'm just saying.
That's right.
That, dirty white blonde. But it's like, they are like that dirty white blonde. That's not a finish for that. You just like you want to be with them, but you know she's going to cheat on you. She's going to hurt you and she's going to burn you. And the headstock's going to maybe pop off, but still love her. But that's
so good. I just see the job.
That's so funny because like I remember like pre-NAMM, like I'm not pre-COVID. I mean, like they were courting us, we were courting them. We're like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And then COVID hits, and like they're like, well, we're all gotta sort of chill for a minute. We're like, yeah, we want to chill too. And then like now there's no
cool it.
They can't make guitars fast enough to supply their existing dealers for the past 60 years. So I get it. It's a bummer.
We get it and begrudgingly respect it, I suppose.
Not really. I don't respect it. Because I still see them coming to a few shops that don't do
That's
what we
true.
do.
That is true.
I don't respect that. But I think that's part of like the sort of the structured tier of their management is not communicating in a proper way. I think there's
I think that's true.
There's communication issues, and they're missing the boat on a lot of issues where they could not with us alone. There's plenty other options that I'm talking about, but that's when we love Gibson guitars. I own a ton of them. One of my favorites is my 65 Hummingbird.
It's good.
I have a bunch of old Les Pauls.
Where's that thing back there?
It's back there somewhere.
The good old stereo, the 355.
That thing's glorious too. It's a 61.
It's pretty cool.
I have old Gibson amps that I think are awesome, and I have new old Gibson amps too. And I hope they do make new. But I love the history of them. I just want them to get back on the ground where they're making guitars and being at the right shops and not trying just to be a business sometimes and being a guitar maker again. That's my wish. but we love Gibsons for that.
We do.
Because Gibson it's American. I want to come back. Anyway, that's enough on Gibson. We spent more time on Carr.
Gibson's sort of like, people know about Gibson.
I know. Yeah, we've talked about it enough. Number 3, this is Derek's sort of like, can I call it Derek's wet dream?
Yes.
Because he's like, oh, the only reason I don't have Baxter. I do like him. It's just, I mean, Chandler liked him so much, it kind of like made me not like him a little bit. Gotta have my Dr. Z only. Dr. Z amps. Yes, they are good amps.
Brad Paisley can't be wrong.
Brad Paisley can be wrong. He's not going to be my telling guru all the time. But, no, he's amazing, whatever. But, yeah, it's...
so flippant with Brad Paisley.
I don't know. I mean, it just depends whatever day it is. I just get so upset with him sometimes. He doesn't call me in a while.
I love it.
Bastard. No, but it would be nice. The reason we don't have Dr. Z's is just because we just can't. We could have them. They would love to be in the shop. We've talked, I think, to them before at one point. Maybe.
I think we did a while ago, but yeah.
But it's just it's a small shop. We just can't carry.
Can't have everything, right?
So we have to make choices.
If we had everything we wanted, we would just all be homeless and poor.
Well, the boutique amps. I mean, you're
just
pretty
cannot
close to that. And I'm one step away from it. 'Cause I'm just a little bit older. But no, we brought in the Magnetones, which was our first we love Magnetones. That was one, and then we brought in Two Rock, which was sort of my fantasy to finally get them. After Eli and I were talking for literally years. And he's like, man, I want to come in with you guys, but I can't because I can't build enough guitars. I'm like, yeah, I get it. And then he called one day. He's like, let's do it. And so we started dating.
They're so happy.
And we've been
Baxter
together.
Was so happy.
It was like Love is Blind.
There was a little
Have you
spark
not
in his
watched
eye.
the show Love is Blind on Netflix?
No.
Go watch it. Have you not watched it?
No.
If people meet and they get engaged, and it's not that that's a stupid 30-day engagement, what about dumb shows on TLC? This is Netflix budget. So it's got real money. But they meet in these little pods, and they have to talk, and then they get engaged after 10 days or something of talking.
All right.
And they date 14 other people, and they decide if they want to.
I mean, how much could you really have to say? 10 days.
I think it's a great...
Plenty of time.
No, seriously. I mean, people date for years sometimes. I don't know if she's the one. People used to get married after not even meeting, and they worked out for 60 years.
That is there.
I think there's a magic to it. Baxter's dating advice. If you're in love, get married. Don't take your time. That's all. I want to date her for 10 years. You've been dating the same guy for 10 years, and he hasn't asked you to marry him.
I'm gonna make myself sound maybe slightly crazy and ridiculous here, but I think that my wife and I only dated for 6 months, and then
that's about what we did.
Yeah,
and it's fine, I mean, you guys were what, 14 though?
14, yeah.
It's different. Anyway, Dr. Z amps. They make a great amplifier.
They do.
And that was a fun.
And they have a wide range of
They do have a wide range. It's almost too wide. That's a little bit of what. And we were digging into some other amps. This is the end of our amp stuff too, because we were looking at high watts are cool, but and then Vox we like too, but we don't carry those at the moment. And I liked Vox better when it wasn't Korg.
Yes,
but this was also 20 years ago. Okay, let's get into another guitar. And this is number 4.
Good old Novo.
Novo.
I think we're all intrigued by the Novos.
They make a cool guitar.
They do.
It's a decent price range.
Yes.
And there's and they pretty much sell direct except for through one other shop they sell through.
Yeah.
And that's
I'm not even sure that's true. I'm not.
I'm not
sure.
Maybe?
I'm not sure. But
okay, we were sort of looking at that earlier, and we're like,
well, there are companies who the shops kind of do the thing where they get on the waiting list and then essentially get it built for them, just like a person.
Then they do an upcharge.
Right. And I'm not sure if that's the way the Novo thing is, but as far as I can tell, you pretty much buy Novo from Novo.
Yeah, but that's a fascinating line. I've been impressed by their business model and their impressive sell through.
Well, they look super cool. A lot of the players that I love now, who are hot now, play them. Do you know what I mean? Seem to love them.
But now number 5 is near and dear to my heart because I own one of them, and I think it's one of the best acoustic guitar makers out there. Collings.
There you go.
I think they're wonderful. We carry Loudons and Taylors and Martins as our main acoustic lines, and some other subsidiaries that are sort of smaller, affordable ones. But Collings is one we might consider down the road a little bit. Yeah. We like them, and they're special guitars. They're expensive. Mine was expensive when I bought it, years ago.
But they are fantastic.
They're fantastic. It's beautiful. I mean, mine lives in its case. I opened it up last night to sing some Paul Simon songs with my wife and Lumineer songs and some. What was the Melissa Etheridge bands? The Indigo Girls.
Indigo Girls.
Yeah, I said that already. I don't know. And some other weird stuff. Bush. We were singing songs by Bush. That was so
Glycerine.
We did Glycerine.
Glycerine. I forgot how much your wife was obsessed with Bush.
Hardcore. Seen it at the House of Blues at Myrtle Beach every time he comes through. Anyway, Collins guitars are beautiful, beautiful instruments. I like Hudson Daltons too.
Hudson Daltons are nice.
Those are I almost bought a Hudson Dalton. It was like Hudson Dalton Collins, and I was like, oh, I want to spend an extra $2,000. Let me get the Collins. So that's what I did.
But you know, and it's one. I mean, yeah,
it hurt then.
I just still. You and I have talked about this on a video before. It's hard right now when Martins are so good. Martins are just fantastic right now.
Martin and Collins live in that same dance.
They live in that same world. Yeah.
Taylor sell hand over fist. They just sell. Like,
I didn't know what was happening.
Hand over fist.
We're driving to Taylor.
I saw a shake weight competition the other day. Like, it was
competition.
There's a shake weight competition.
There's a shake weight in my house.
Do you have one? So
yeah.
You bring it in.
Yeah.
Please bring it in sometimes. We'll use it in the videos.
It's probably my attic.
I think we should have a shake weight thing. We'll pass it the whole video.
Christy had to have one years ago.
Of course you did.
I was like,
you're like, honey, you gotta work out for our marriage to work out here. No, so yeah, there's so many great. And these are things that we could carry some of these. We just can't because again, like it's not just like the financial obligations. It's also and not just the physical obligations like a space. That's one, but it's also our work power.
That's
right.
To
be able to create the inventories, maintain, take care of. Like we like to know our lines very well.
Well, we do, and we like to be very hands-on and involved and talking to customers about lines and just how we interact with them. So it's hard. You can only divide your time and your focus so many ways. So.
We'd rather be like an expert at a few things than okay at everything. And so we sort of grow the lines slowly here as we do it. And we got some other ones like I like Ibanez too, like the Artcore Ibanez.
We both talked about that. Yeah.
We love Ibanez Artcores. I would play that over a lot of the competitors.
Ibanez is doing cool stuff right now.
They're doing cool stuff, and I like that they're not afraid to.
Yeah.
But those are our choices. We would love to hear yours.
Yeah. What do you think we should? Not that if we were going to carry other things, we'll take suggestions.
Jackson, Charvel, EVH, Ibanez, Schecter, all sorts of things out there. Just like we're always curious, and we like to hear these things. It's fascinating to us because we're not very smart.
Maybe we need some headless guitars.
No
guitars with.
Nope, just wrong. Some Parkers.
It does seem unnatural. Yeah.
Let's call it a day. Let's go home.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. Click like and subscribe if you have not already. Click the bell. We'll see you next time.